Hello folks, this is Johnny again. Now here's a bit of a different video, something a bit more technical, talking about guitar wiring. Now first of all, I am not an expert on electrical stuff and whatnot, and so I may use some wrong terminology in some pictures I show. I may use wrong symbols, whatever. This is really just a very basic tutorial for people who have trouble understanding guitar wiring, and I want to help them just to conceptualize it a little bit better and have a bit of a easier time just understanding it. So if you are an expert on this stuff, then by all means feel free to fill in the blanks in the comments below and put in a little bit more detail and whatnot. So just let's get some discussions going. I think this is a very interesting topic, and just fiddling around with the guitar a little bit, it's just super fun. And I want to take some of the, let's say, fear factor away from people. Anyway, let's get right into it. So in any electrical circuit, what do we actually have? We have electrons going in, we have electrons going out. That's at least if you have a direct current. Now in an alternating current, we have these 2 points, input and output, and what's happening is the charge is going back and forth like this. And here you already see we need these 2 points between which we have a difference in electrical charge, or in other words, voltage. And that voltage then can be picked up and used in other ways still further along the line. That's what we have in the guitar. The pickups create voltage, and that voltage can be picked up at the output jack. So one of these paths is called the ground and the other one is called the hot. Now, here's how you can think about it. Again, this might not be entirely accurate, but just to conceptualize it, think of the ground as kind of your base level against which a difference in charge can actually be produced and can be picked up. And then the hot, that is where the difference in charge against the ground actually exists. Let's just look at a very simple example. I got a highly sophisticated simulation program here called MS Paint. So let's draw this rectangle here, and that's gonna be a kind of symbol for the whole circuitry in our guitar. Now let's put a guitar pickup in here. Something very stupid, very simple, like so, like so. And you already see the 2 ends of the pickup are going out and somewhere else. So now, right now the way it is, nothing's gonna happen. It's just the 2 ends of the coils in the pickups are connected. What's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen. So we need 2 points, the ground and the hot, from where we can actually pick up the voltage that's being created in the pickup. So let's cut out a chunk here and just create these 2 little points here. Bam, bam. And here we have the 2 connectors. This is representative of our output jack. Here we have the difference in charge being created between these 2 points, and it can be sent along to the amplifier. So let's call the bottom one the ground and the top one the hot. Yeah, just very simple. Let's build it all from the ground up and get into more and more detail in further videos. Now, one thing that we want to look at right now already is what happens when we do this. Bam! Now what's gonna happen is this connection to hot is actually being rendered moot. Why is that? Because an electrical current wants to go the path of least resistance. And as we see here between hot and ground, there is no direct connection. Or if we go further along in the amplifier, there may be a lot of resistance going on. So there's a lot of resistance here, of course. If there's no connection at all, then you have infinite resistance, basically. But being connected directly to ground, there's no further resistance. So that's what the charge wants to do. Okay, it wants to go along here, and then it sees, oh, look, we have a shortcut. And then, bam, go around, and bam, it meets up again at its starting point. And the pickup is happy. But now what happens for us out here, we see there is a closed loop in the circuitry, And from that loop, we do not have 2 points from which we could actually pick up the difference in electrical charge. We cannot pick up any voltage here. The pickup is muted at this point. And that's basically what the volume knob does. When you turn it all the way down, what happens is the pickup is being, the hot path of the pickup is being connected directly to ground. That's why it's muted. But we'll get into that in further videos. So that's all really I wanted to talk about in this first video. Just what is the ground, what is the hot. Again, think of the ground as your base level and the hot that carries the signal. That's kind of how it's explained a lot of times, but in actuality, you have charge going back and forth in both directions. But just to conceptualize it, think of the ground as your base level and the hot that's creating the voltage against the ground. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something and I hope I didn't mess up. Again, professionals, feel free to fill in the blanks down there. And I shall see you next time.